to my car.
Oh, sorry. I can text it to you. I don't
Okay.
think that. Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll just take a little longer.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. Sorry.
No problem at all. Bev, thank you so much for the session today. Just want to talk about some of the things we talked about today. I think today was really successful, at least from my perspective, so hopefully you enjoyed it. So what I love is that you went away, played some golf, and came back with some feedback for me, which is always really helpful to talk about some of the things that went well and some of the things that didn't go as well. One of the things I want to continue to encourage you to do, we talked a little about your kind of just like lack of comfort with a practice swing, right? The whole purpose of a practice swing is just to get you comfortable, right? Get comfortable with what you're doing. And I know that that concept didn't necessarily make you feel comfortable yet, but it's really just to give you a feel for the club that you have in your hands and to do what I just did right there, which is that brush in the grass, right? And we know that that is one of the biggest challenges for relative beginning golfers, and I think it's one of yours as well. But you did better as we went along with the session, but just do not be afraid. Look at this range. It's all torn up here. There's all kinds of crazy divots here from all sorts of people. That's the way it should be, right? To really hit a good golf shot, we need to get down enough to that golf ball to at least take a brush on the grass. We don't necessarily need to take a huge hunk. If we get a hunk sometimes, that's fine too. But we need to get down enough to brush that grass to make sure that we make good solid contact with that ball. So I would say that's the only thing I would encourage you on is with a practice swing. If you do that, just kind of aim it at something, a little piece of grass. Feel like, all right, I'm gonna make the swing I want and brush that grass. We didn't do a ton of technical swing advice for you today. Most of it was just in the only thing that we encouraged you on was kind of the movement of this right arm. I think what your partner, Carrie, was kind of mentioning about that full swing was watching your arm kind of fold too far and making that club go further over your shoulder than you wanted. So, I shared kind of that cheesy like pizza pan idea, right? Not allowing that arm to fold more than kind of 90 degrees or so will get you into a good shape there. So, when we did that, I thought you hit very successful shots, generally speaking. The only other things that we want to encourage you with the driver that was a little bit different is when we got that really big club in your hands, you just started to move too much this way. We're just trying to power that club up a little bit. You really started to, the way we described it, is like move off the ball. So if we were set up here at the ball this way, you were really getting back this way. It was making it harder for you to get back to the ball and make good contact, right? So we really wanted to encourage you to kind of stay a little bit more centered. I put that club behind here as we made some swings so that you felt like you couldn't move quite as far this way. That helped to make good contact. Then the other thing we wanted to continue to do is make sure that we continue to throw through that. And I even encourage you to hit the back of the driver onto the ground, right? Not the front of it, so it digs in, right? But the back of it, just to make sure we got down to that ball and kept swinging through and throwing that first piece. Hopefully that is all helpful stuff. I thought that was very successful. So.
Perfect.